Welcome to another episode. I can't believe we're in December already. December 18th, this episode is being released, and we have a special guest. Usually in our podcast on Real Estate AI Flash, we have agents talking about how they're leveraging AI. Today, we have an industry thought leader, and my guest today is Cynthia Taylor, Vice President of Product, Business Strategy, and Operations at Zillow. Cynthia oversees the development and operations of products designed to help real estate professionals grow their businesses and provide consistently exceptional experience to their buyer and seller clients. These products include, and we're going to dig into some of these products today, agent and listing marketing solutions like Zillow Showcase and listing media services, and rich media technologies like virtual tours and interactive floor plans. So I am looking forward to discussing all this with Cynthia, and welcome to the podcast, Cynthia.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be chatting with you today.
Yeah, this is going to be fun because, most of the time we usually have agents, like I said, Cynthia, that are talking about how they're using AI, large language model like ChatGPT, Gemini, etc. But it's always good to take a step back and see what the industry top players like Zillow are doing to serve agents, buyers, and sellers alike and leveraging AI. And I know we're going to get into that. So I would love for the listening audience to get to know Cynthia. And see and kind of walk through your journey and how you've been obviously at Zillow for 10 years, close to 10 years. So how did you get into real estate? Bring us to today, like a backstory.
Well, okay. My professional background is mostly in product management, and I've worked in a variety of industries. I'd say the through line for what's kind of driven my career is I really am drawn to solving very real problems for real people. And so it kind of felt inevitable that I would end up working in real estate technology. Actually, growing up, my mom was a real estate agent. She still is. And growing up, as many folks who have, real estate agents in the family know, it's, you help out when during summers in middle school and high school doing whatever it is that, is necessary in order to kind of help the work go. And through my time, seeing my mom in all of the hard work that she did serving her clients and, just the day to day and the extra hours and the nights and weekends and the evenings and all of just the hustle that she put behind building her business and really providing exceptional service to her clients. I just was really drawn to the very real problems that real estate agents and other professionals working in the industry face in the service of their clients. And so, I've been at Zillow for about 10 years now. And in my current role, I lead a mix of product, operations, other business strategy teams, all focused on helping people who are professionals in the industry do better. And I get to talk to agents and brokers and folks doing the work day to day and really understand your needs so that we can build products to meet those needs and solve real problems.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. It's always good to have someone in your family as close as your mom being an agent. You kind of know the inner workings of the industry. I've been at the company that I'm at for like 21 years now. So I've navigated tech, marketing, and obviously now with AI, everything that's going on in that space. So, we just passed the 2-year anniversary of ChatGPT, Cynthia, right? Thanksgiving 2022. And I'm curious, everybody has their first aha moment with AI and what it potentially can do personally or professionally. What was your first aha moment with AI?
Okay, my first aha moment with AI was that it doesn't have to be super fancy to be effective. I think simple solutions to real problems are super powerful. And, I think most people don't realize that AI has been used in technology and in various industries for a very long time, different forms of AI. You can think about really simple things like getting directions, for example. So, way back when we were going on road trips, we would go and get the map book and make sure Lord. All of the areas, I know, all of the areas that we were going to go to were actually covered by this book and, follow the highways and make sure we knew where we were going. Well, now you just open your phone, open your mapping application. It tells you the best route to take. It gives you a couple of options. That's AI behind the scenes. That's a really simple application of AI. super effective, super powerful, doesn't have to be science fiction. And I think that applies to real estate as well. When you're thinking about what are the real problems that, let's say, agents have, I saw this firsthand, day in and day out, on the go. You are on the phone, you are juggling multiple clients, you're dealing with a ton of email threads, a ton of text messages, documents everywhere, multiple places that you're getting updates about what's going on with your clients. And there are so many opportunities for very simple applications of AI to help each and every one of those workflows. And from like the buyer and seller perspective too, the consumer perspective, you think about what a buyer might need to do when they're searching for a home, or what a seller wants to do when they're marketing their home for sale. You want to present the home in the best light. And you think, as a buyer, you're looking at listing photos, you're trying to figure out where things are. You might be flipping through and you're thinking, wow, this house looks great. And then all of a sudden you're super lost because you're not really sure how this photo connects to that photo. And things like virtual tours, interactive floor plans, placing the photo on the floor plan where the photo was taken, super simple applications to help a very real problem of a buyer trying to navigate a home virtually, or a seller wanting to highlight the flow of the home.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've always, and it's, you talked about Google Maps as an example. Netflix is another example, right?
Yeah,
Habit,
recommendations,
personalization.
personalization.
Yeah, and it's been working
totally.
on our lives forever. But I think November 30th, 2022 was the generative AI, where now everyone has access to some level of intelligence and smartness. And to your point, and I work with a lot of agents, just like you're aware, you're connected to a lot of agents. And it's interesting, almost every successful agent is an amazing connector with human beings in terms of relationships, etc.
Right.
But there are very few agents that are very good with tech, and they get bogged down. They're average at best with technology, like really most of us, except a few that are really live in it. So I've always told that you should leverage AI to automate the ordinary so you can personalize the extraordinary, which
Oh my
is
gosh.
client relationships, right? That's really the human connection. So to your point, look at all your workflows, things you know you need to do, but you really hate doing. Maybe AI can help you there, so you don't have to spend so much time doing, right? So
100%. What was that phrase? Automate the
the ordinary
ordinary
so you can
so you can
personalize the
focus on
extraordinary. Yeah, yeah.
personalize the extraordinary. I think that, that is so spot on. In fact, Follow Up Boss earlier this summer released AI call summaries. And the insight and the aha there was, agents just want to provide exceptional service, and they want to be in the moment when they're
Yeah.
on the phone with their clients, not frantically taking notes, trying to remember every single detail. And so when you enable Follow Up Boss AI call summaries, after the call, it tells you, here are the things that you discussed, here are the follow-up items.
Yeah.
Is this
And
correct?
we recently
Yeah.
had one of my top AI tools, and we'll get to your the Showcase next. I think you kind of led the way a little bit talking about Showcase. Is Plod.ai is a hardware device. It's like a credit card type of thing. And you can record conversations, and it generates an AI summary of any. I was at a conference. I've stopped taking notes at any meetings I go to. With permission, I record the whole thing, and it's not just a transcript, but it also gives you the ability to convert it into an AI generated summary, like a Zoom AI companion. You mentioned call summaries. It also sticks on the back of your phone, the credit
Oh,
card, Plod.
wow. Look at that.
So it literally has transformed me spending any time writing, because most people are not good at multitasking, and you can't listen and write at the same time. So agents are really leveraging a device like that in client meetings, so you can summarize and follow up with the client. And here's another idea that we talked to a couple of agents about. You could take the transcript of your interaction, upload it to ChatGPT, and say, this is a client interaction. Is there anything I could have done better here? Analyze this and give me some coaching. Right? I mean, there's so much stuff there that you could do with it, right? It's crazy. So let's dive into Zillow Showcase. I know you talked a little bit about the immersive client experience. How is Zillow leveraging AI in that experience to bring listing showcase to life?
Zillow Showcase is, it brings together rich media technology, which on the face of it looks simple, but there's so much science behind, with real needs of buyers and sellers, with real needs of agents, and produces a product that meets the needs of all parties involved. And it's just, if you think about what a listing is these days, that is the first impression of a home for many buyers, because buyers are on their devices. Screen appeal is the new curb appeal. Buyers are on their phones, they're looking at listings digitally, and so you really want to make a really great first impression. And Zillow Showcase, what it allows an agent to do is to apply rich media on the listing and get AI back suggestions like, hey, maybe you might want to feature these hero images. These hero images have features that, would really appeal to folks who are looking at this listing. Of course, the agent is in control. So AI produces the recommendations. Agents say, yes, I like this suggestion, or no, I don't like this suggestion. Then it goes through and it groups the media by room. So, as you're navigating a digital listing, you want to make sure that you're highlighting the features of the home that maybe the seller really thinks are unique, or that you think really are going to draw in eyeballs and buyers. Of course, AI will make the suggestions. Maybe you should highlight the kitchen in this home, or maybe you want to highlight the primary bedroom or the sitting area, and we'll group all of the media by room, make the suggestions to the agent. And of course, then the agent can go in and say, yes, this is a great suggestion. I would love to highlight this room. Configure the rest, confirm, showcase listing goes live. And now sellers have this beautiful digital representation with rich media of their home. Buyers are able to really get deep and really explore. And of course, the agent now has their face, their name, everything about them, the listing agent, front and center, showing other prospective sellers that they're an agent who can provide this experience for potentially them in the future too. So
Yeah,
really
for sure. I mean,
yeah.
you touched on a lot of things there that we could unpack, but really as an agent, you don't need to be involved in the technology. You just need to say, this is a kind of level of service I offer to my sellers. So we have a saying in our company, Cynthia, that's win more listings with your listing, right? So
Yes.
every
Yeah.
listing is an asset, and the way you market your asset will define if you're going to get future business. And that's the beauty of Zillow Listing Showcase. And we as a company have gotten an enterprise agreement, but if you want to learn more about Zillow Listing Showcase, I think you should go to showingtimeplus.com and kind of see all the things it does. And to Cynthia's point, it offers such an immersive experience to people coming at Zillow in terms of more prominence in searches, an email that goes out to people that match the search criteria, right? That's huge.
Yes.
And also listing views, page views, lead gen, potential lead gen, all those are in play. And Listing Showcase is a great product. If you're a listing agent, you ought to consider that product, whether it's offered by a brokerage or you as an agent can subscribe to it as well. So that's good stuff. So let's go to topic number 2. So this is a fun story. So I've been looking at AI tools because of the podcast, and I do AI keynotes across the country and stuff like that. So virtual staging AI is one of the top 5 tools I recommend for agents to look into. This is getting in touch with you, Cynthia. So this is great. And virtual staging has not been a new technology. It's been using AI in the background, to your point, like Google Maps, etc. And Box Brownie is a company that's been popular. So I discovered virtual staging, and then I did one virtual staged my living room just to see how it works, right? And fun story, my wife was sitting in the living room on a sofa, and I took a picture with her, and I redid the whole room, and it removed my wife from the picture, which was like a fun, a surreal experience. But so I discovered the tool. It did great on my initial use of it, and I was thrilled to hear that Zillow acquired virtual staging, and obviously the cost and all the things that go into it. And I'd love to dig into where you see virtual staging AI, I think the URL is virtualstagingai.app, app. We'll put the link in the show notes so you guys can go learn more about it. But I'd love for you, who runs product at Zillow, where do you see this fitting into agent client experiences?
I think this maps really cleanly to the types of solutions and the types of problems that we're trying to solve across all parties, across buyers, sellers, real estate agents. It's just another example of investing in real estate technology, specifically media technology now, to to solve problems. And if you think about why an agent might use or order virtual staging from their photographer today, it's because they want to provide maybe an alternative look for a space, or maybe they didn't want to stage all 3 bedrooms to save on cost and become more efficient. And so this like virtual staging is already something that agents use today, and virtual staging AI, automated virtual staging, just takes it to the next level. Now, with a click of a home, an agent can upload a photo, can cycle through different styles, literally with the click of a button, which I highly encourage you to try. And you can make changes to the furniture style, to the layout, and really get the result that you want. And all it is helping agents scale, helping agents do more, helping agents do their work better and faster and more efficiently, while providing this exceptional experience for the clients that you are working to serve. And so, where we're taking it, well, we talked about Zillow Showcase. You can imagine an experience where agents enable automated virtual staging on Zillow Showcase. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But you can also, start to dream a little bit bigger too. I mean, imagine a world maybe not too long in the future where an agent could enable prospective buyers to walk through the home, walk through the virtual representation of the home, peek around every corner, maybe choose their own style for how they want the home to look. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the very real applications in real estate, just there's so many different directions that this could go.
Yeah, no, I think there's fascinating directions there, obviously. And even with agents that are using virtual staging now, and they may not be a Showcase customer, can directly check out virtualstagingai.app.
Exactly.
But I can see the world where those two world, like Showcase has some AI built in already, but you could take it to another level with virtual staging, like the walkthrough experiences that you talked about. So the last two topics we spoke about, Showcase and virtual staging, touch on agent services that offer value to their clients and make them look like a rock star. Are there other things that generative AI is playing a role at Zillow, maybe behind the scenes, to bring the value to consumers? There's so many applications for it. Love for us to get a little peek into things you can share, that any other topics that we've not covered.
Sure. I mean, I think it goes consumers for sure, but it also goes beyond that. I think Zillow is also doing things on behalf of the entire industry to push this forward in a fair, safe way. And so that kind of touches on Zillow's AI principles overall. Highly encourage you to just search Zillow AI principles. They're up on our website. And it's all about, real estate is such an important industry. Home is so important, and this industry is too important for there not to be some principles around how technologies are developed. So Zillow's AI principles are all around fairness, safety, accountability, transparency, inclusiveness. For example, Zillow released open source our fair housing classifier, which allows other companies that might be developing software for the real estate industry to plug something in where there can be checks in place in case the conversations in kind of generative AI applications or chatbots, for example, veer into a territory that does not meet the standards that fair housing has set. That's a very real example of Zillow's AI principles in practice and how we're doing things to elevate the industry at large.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, and we'll include a link to the AI principles in the show notes as well, because I think you're really amplifying agent potential and what consumers get access to, and a human-centered approach to AI. I think that's really a great way to look at that. But that's awesome. So, as we wind down, I ask Anything else that you want to add in terms of generative AI that Zillow sort of that you're able to share? Any other topic?
I mean, I work on the industry side, so my interest is always in how can I make agents more successful and how can I
Yeah.
make brokers more successful. And so the things that I dream about day to day and the things that my team dreams about are these magical moments where we can build something into a product where the agent is like, oh, I didn't have to do that on my own. It just happened.
Hmm.
Or, like with follow up boss call summaries. Oh, I didn't have to take notes. These call notes are great. Now I know what I'm going to do next with these clients. Or, look at this, look at this amazing way that I can now showcase listings. It just, that's the sort of stuff that we dream about, and we love the partnership with the industry, and we love the partnership with agents who are providing us with feedback, and our customers. If you've got thoughts, send them our ways. It's all about solving actual real problems on
Yeah, for
behalf of
sure.
agents and brokers. Yeah.
Yeah, bringing solutions to life in a meaningful way
Yeah.
that benefits the agents as well as the clients that are consumers that are eventually buying and selling homes as well. So I have two questions for all my guests, Cynthia, that I love for with the background that you have, with your mom being a real estate agent, and you've been in the industry for so long. First question is, if you and your mom, how long has your mom been an agent?
Oh gosh, since I was in middle school. So decades, so many
Decades. Okay,
decades.
decades is a good way to say it without giving up your age or anything like that. So, what would be your advice to agents that are listening? If you were to have, let's say, your mom starts in business today, like your younger self, if you were to start as an agent today, and are many of our agents, listening audience, are agents and thought leaders in the industry. So, what would your advice be to them that has really held worked well for you as well, Cynthia?
Advice, I'd say focus on the problem, understand the problem, and then be creative in the solution. Be open to the possibility of alternative solutions that maybe you didn't think of on the first pass. And I'll give you an example. The virtual staging conversation that we just had just jogged a memory. I remember when I was in high school, and my my mom, as many agents do, is actually staging the home herself, and actually taking things from the store, from storage, and placing it into the home. And I just remember having this thought of, wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to do all these rooms? Wouldn't it be great if with the click of a button you could present the primary bedroom fully staged online without having to actually go and physically do it and do this manual labor? Well, now you can. So this whole, really understand the problem, focusing on it, keep at it, but be open to the solutions. That's the advice that I would give folks who are
Yeah,
working in
great
the
advice.
industry.
Great advice. Sometimes we get into this single-mindedness in terms of how we think, and are not open to alternate solutions. And especially with stuff like AI, I mean, there may be things that you're not thinking about that could help you solve the problem if you think outside the box.
Yeah, and
We
just
always say
try.
think outside the box, but I feel like we should just live outside the box, not just be in the box, right? So, last question is, many of us read or listen with Audible or podcasts, however you consume knowledge for yourself, for bettering yourself. What is one book and or podcast that has greatly influenced you that you would encourage our listening audience to listen or read?
Okay, I'll give you two books. These are the two books that I reach for day in and day out because
Yeah.
they are so beneficial to the work that I do. The first one is called Getting to Yes. It is not a new book. It has been around for a very long time, but this is kind of like the original negotiation
Oh, wow.
manual. And the reason that Getting to Yes is such a powerful book is because it helps you understand how to focus on principles and goals and not positions. And so it really builds empathy, understanding, just encourages people working together to actually work together and find the mutually beneficial ways to solve problems. So Getting to Yes, highly recommend. And then the other book that I reach for on a near daily basis is Getting Things Done. Getting Things Done is my personal method for how I handle my day-to-day goal list, and it has worked for me for well over a decade. And so getting things done, getting to yes, 2 books, highly
Nice, nice.
recommend.
Yeah. So getting to yes, do you know the author on that book? On that book, who's the author?
I'll have to look it
Don't worry about
up.
it. We'll put it in the show notes.
I'm
We'll
so
find it.
terrible at author
No,
names.
it's
Yeah.
all good. It's all good. We'll put in the show notes those two books, getting to yes and getting things done. And I'm a big
Mm-hmm.
believer in getting things done as well. That's one of my mottos as well. Done is better than perfect because perfect is never done, right?
Yeah.
So this has been awesome, Cynthia. I appreciate you taking the time to join the podcast. It's going to be very valuable about Zillow's approach and leveraging AI in adding value to agents and consumers. And thank you for being on the podcast, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays to you too. Thank you.
So if you're listening to us, it's December 18th. Next week, December 25th, when we usually release our episodes on Wednesdays, is Christmas. So we're going to take a week off. I think after 52 episodes, we can take a week off and wish everybody happy holidays. And we'll pick it up on January 1, 2025 in the New Year's Day episode with Brian Borough of 1000 Watt Consulting, co-founder and a marketing brilliant mind in real estate, to talk about brand and AI as we move forward into 2025. Great. Happy holidays, everybody. And thank you, Cynthia.